Well, let's take a break from the equity markets. Manisha Gupta joins us, and she's joined in conversation with the President of Commodity Participants Association of India. Manisha, over to you.
Nigel, thank you for that. And it's just a couple of weeks to the budget now, and this is what we are focusing on right now. Mr. Wadhwa, thank you so much for joining us. What is your sense on what is Commodity Participation Association of India looking for this budget this time around for commodities as a derivatives market?
Thank you, Manisha, for having me. Our submission for this year and the theme is, I'll just spell it out, let's remove roadblocks to growth of Indian markets without a rupee loss to revenue. What we are trying to say through our submission is that we have achieved a lot in ease of doing business. We are ranked 79th, and India is the highest ranking of 7th on the protecting minorities' interest. But what is lacking here, which has been reported by World Bank, there is a lack of depth in our market and lack of liquidity in our market. What we are trying to say is we can improve upon this liquidity and cost of transaction through rationalizing the CTT and the other taxes which government levies. So on the same line, which we used to do in last 2-3 years, as we have discussed with you in previous years also, we have given our rationale how we can improve the revenues by reducing CTT and other levies. So this was the theme of our submission to the government.
Mr. Wadhwa, what is the cost of executing trades in India, and how do you compare it with other international markets? Because other commodity, trading nations clearly are China and US. So how does India stand in comparison with these couple of countries?
So if I take I'll share with you certain data. Like for total cost of transaction, 69 of the cost of transaction is through taxes. So this 69 goes to the government. And as compared to the international commodities, like I'll take the example of copper. The cost of transaction of copper is quite low. In China, it is around 400 rupees, and in India, it is 1446. No, this is for gold. And for Nifty, I take the example of Nifty also. So cost of transaction in Singapore is 195 rupees, whereas it is in 1434, 1400 rupees in India. So is the cost of transaction in copper. So all the commodities we have seen, the cost of transaction is way, way, way less than what we charge here in India. So this is our basic theme. Government is talking about Atmanirbhar India, trade in India, and this is being the theme of government for last 1 year. So they have introduced PLI schemes. Mind you, before this COVID, we were discussing about 5 trillion economy, and this 5 trillion, out of 5 trillion, 40% will come from commodities. So we have to see that our markets, our ecosystem is quite robust, and the cost transaction is as compared to the international markets.
Sure. So, Mr. Wadhwa, CTT was launched in 2013, and since then we've seen a very sharp decline in commodity volumes. Since then, and I know, and I remember, as you said, for the last many years now, we've been talking about the government perhaps or requesting the finance minister to waive it off or bring it lower. What makes you think that this might happen this time around, or are you looking at even that being cut even a bit? I mean, is there any expectation at all?
See, total collection through CTT is around 600 crore. In 2013, we were at 75,000 crore daily volumes. Now it is around 35 crore. So there is a shrunk of volume to the tune of 60%. So 600 crore is peanut as we compare to the total budget. And the potential what we see in commodities market is huge. So our submission says that if you reduce it or rationalize it, give us 88E exemption, give us, if you cannot abolish it, give us 50% reduction in CTT. I am 100% sure the volumes will jump tremendously. So at the time of 2013, when China, if we compare China's volumes in 2013, they have grown double or triple. from 2013 to 2020, whereas our volumes have declined by 60%. Had we been following that international trend, so our transaction would have been around 1,50,000 crore. So the taxes collected from the total volumes like GST and all would have been more than 600 crore.
Point taken, Mr. Wadhwa. Really, yes, there's a shortage of time, but I do get your point. CTT hasn't done any good for the commodity derivatives market, and if it cannot be taken off, waived off, abolished, then at least it can be brought down. And as CPI has put in representations by the way of data this time and explanations, they are hoping that the finance minister perhaps could listen to us. Ekta.
Hi, thanks Manisha for that. Well, that's the update coming in on the commodity space. As of now, we've completely run out of time, so we need to wrap up on halftime report. Business Lunch will take all of the action forward. Thanks very much for watching. Markets absolutely flat.